Hello, everybody. So this is a character that I created in three-quarter view. The last one that I did, um, it was in. I started off in front view, which is not the best way to do a character turnaround. You want to start in three-quarter view because if you start there, it's just going to be easier for you. So now, what I'm going to do, or what I've done, is actually I copied this frame and I pasted it over here, and I left this frame blank because this is going to be my front view. So he's going to do a turn to the front and then turn back to the other side. So there's a couple of ways that I can copy my frame or my keyframe. I can just press select this, and everything in that frame will be selected. Then I can press Command C to copy and come over here and press Command Shift V and paste in place. And then let's do that again. And then once I do that, I can reflect it. Now, if I just come over here, I can also hold down the Alt or Option key and drag this layer from, or this frame from here to there. And what it did was copy that frame over, and it also pasted it in place at the same time. So what I can do from here, once I get it copied over, is select everything. And then after I select it, I'm just going to right click and I'm going to go to transform and flip horizontally. So it flips like that. All right, so now that's out of the way. Now I'm going to turn on my onion skin in my blank frame. And the way I got that, I'm gonna do this real quick. I'm gonna insert a frame here. So this frame will have two frames. Let me show you how to do that. So I'm right click and I'm gonna insert frame. Notice I'm not inserting keyframe. I'm gonna insert frame. And all that did was just add an extra frame to this one image. Now if I want to insert a blank keyframe, which I need anyway, I'm just gonna come up here, insert blank keyframe after right clicking. So right click, insert blank keyframe. And if I wanted to, I can just insert another frame so it can have two right there. So yeah, that's what we have. So now the next step is to go ahead and do the front view. To do that, I'm going to turn on my onion skins. And if I wanted to, I can see both of these in the same spot. What I can also do before I move on is to kind of recognize where I want his head to rotate. And I think I am going to move from the neck. So this will be where I consider him to be rotating. And with that said, this would need to be shifted over some. So I'm just going to click here to select it all. And I'm just going to use my arrows to slide it over. So now, all right, so that's going to be a little bit smoother. And I'm going to turn on my onion skin. Yeah, that's pretty much what I want. All right, so now I'm just going to hide one of these images by just shifting the onion skin color over. But I actually want to copy from this image. I'm just, and you can't do this with every single character, but with this particular character you can. I can just select the eye, and what I'm doing right now is I selected this part of the eye, and I noticed that all of it didn't select. So now I'm just going to hold down the shift key and select that part of the eye, and I'm just going to select this too, and I'm just going to copy that. So I'm going to copy this over from the original because it's the only one that I can copy technically, because everything else is kind of broken up, and with the front view I need one that's a full circle. So now I'm going to grab this, and notice I'm going to use my guides, and since I have my onion skin, I'm going to also use that to kind of make sure everything's lined up properly. And I'm just going to slide this over, and I'm going to duplicate it and create this. So now I'm gonna turn my onion skin off for a second, and I want to see if the eyes kind of animate. And I'm just focusing just on the eyes right now. And what I could do is I noticed that the eyes are actually closer together in this design. So I might want to just grab this and move it in closer like that. And I'm going to also consider the neckline. So let's turn the onion skins back on. And his nose, this is a very similar character to um, The Simpsons. So I know that with The Simpsons, they have their nose kind of going downward. So I'm just going to do that. So, yeah. Oh, notice this happened right here, that I can't touch my actual lines that I just created. So the reason I can't is because my guides are not locked. I need to go to View, Guides, Lock Guides. Okay. Now my guides are invincible. I mean invisible, or not invisible, but untouchable. They're locked. All right. So in this part, I would normally have a reference to refer back to, so I can kind of have a better idea of where the nose would go. Um, but since I am low key making up this character, but stealing it from The Simpsons a little bit, I'm gonna just kind of go based off of what I remember from The Simpsons, because right now I'm just trying to show you the process, not give you an accurate character design. So the process is me moving from here to here, or from here to here, just to kind of see. And I'm focusing just on the eyes and the nose right now, just to make sure that they are lined up. Once I'm kind of comfortable with that, I'll move on to the next thing. And I know that his mouth is going to be here, right here in the middle. And his neck should be kind of even right here. I might, yeah, I'll just so it can make more sense, I'll shorten it up from what I have right here. I'll bring it down. And then this is where it starts to get real. So now, um, notice a few things. Look at his head shape. So right here, his ears are going to be out or sticking out from his head, but his head is basically a rectangle, and it's going up in a slope. I don't know if Bart head goes up in the slope or not, but this character, his head is going up in the slope, but you won't really see the slope from here. So it'll, well, let me just do it so you can kind of see what I mean. So if I'm looking at the onion skin, the top right here comes to this guide. So I'm just gonna make a rectangle. Let me make sure there's no fill, but only a stroke. And I'm gonna use my rectangle tool, and I'm gonna create this rectangle. Let me just bring it down here. Now his head is not gonna be this wide, so don't judge me right now. Just wait, and you'll see. All right, so because it goes up into the slope, I might bring it down maybe about right here. Yeah, yeah. I'll bring it down right here where it is right here on the guide, but both sides will be down. Then I'll just bring this part up like that. And we're just looking at the top of the head, and let's focus on that. Turn off my onion skin and just look. It's making sense. It's looking believable. But now we need to focus on the bottom part. So that part is not looking believable. So we need to bring this in some, probably about right there. I'm just gonna kind of look at that for right now and see how that looks. And we can fix the top part later. All right, let's turn off the onion skin. It's looking good. All right, so this part this whole thing would probably not be like a straight line like that. So um, let's work some stuff out. Let's Yeah, it'd probably be a little bit more curved. But overall, I just want to give you guys a idea of how to get this started because it can be intimidating. I understand that part. It can be intimidating kind of trying to figure out how to animate something and you have to jump right in. Okay, let's see his ear. All right, so this circle is going to be for his ear, and I want to make sure that I have the guides for his ear. So the ear comes from this guide to that guide. So when I create my circle, this layer, I'm going to come from here to here, and then I'm just going to move this circle over. And once I have it in place, and then I'm going to copy it, paste it, and right click to reflect it. Transform, flip horizontal. And just put this in place. So right now, even though there's some things that I would change, and especially in this area with these corners that I don't like that. And the fact that his eyes are going on the outside of his, I don't know if that will be technically correct, but it might be correct because if you look right here, his eyes are coming on the outside. It's coming beyond his face right here. So this kind of makes sense. It does moves kind of smooth. So let's also add this little part right here. I'm just going to copy that and see if I can make that work. Let's see. That might work. Hold on. No, that's not going to work. I know what I can do. I would take this and I'll use my transform tool. Let me zoom in a little bit. And I could adjust that line, or I can just not do that and create a new line. And since it's coming from a different angle, the curve should be a little bit different. Let's see how it looks right now. Zoom out. No, that doesn't look right. So let's do that instead. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Bring that in. Cut that out. Command C, Command V to paste, and then reflect it. Make sure it's lined up with the guides because I don't think one of them. Oh, okay, I didn't actually have a guide right there, so let me put this guide right here. And now I can bring this down to line up with that. Bring this down to line up with it as well. So that's basically how you do it. That's how you jump in, and that's how you get started. You just have to get in there, y'all. Just got to get in there. All right, get in there.